Hi, I'm Randy Cave with Access Strength. In this video, we're going to take a look at the glute ham raise, also known as the GHR. We're going to take a look at some unique features of the machine, how to set it up correctly for usage, and the correct way to perform the exercise. To begin with, we are running with a modified split pad. What that means is we're still using a single pad, however, the quadricep regions are raised. So there's a bit of a gap in the middle, making it a little more guy-friendly. In addition to the modified split pad, we're also using two knee pads on the back. The knee pads are put there not to make the exercise easier, but to help the users get correct alignment and body position so they can perform the exercise correctly. Next, we're going to move on to the platform. We've gone with a larger platform on the back side. The purpose of this is to make sure there's enough space on the back and the bottom so we can drive our toes in to the platform as we're pulling our body up. It is absolutely critical to make sure that you're driving your toes, and so you need the platform there to push. Now we're going to take a look at setting up the machine for proper use during the exercise. First thing we're going to look at is our fore and aft adjustment. This mechanism runs on a double bar system. The top bar is a rectangular tube, the bottom is a linear shaft. Benefit of that is it allows for very, very smooth adjustment. To get proper alignment here, the first thing what we're going to do is when we get into the machine, we're going to go back so that our toes are pressed flat against the platform. Our heels don't necessarily have to be flat. Anywhere from being flat to about 1.5 inches to 2 inches off is going to be fine. The second thing that we're going to take a look at is making sure that our alignment with the knee pads are correct. So our knee's going to actually be on the pad, and then the top of the knee is going to be resting against the half moon pad. From this point here, all we're going to do is we're going to keep our head up, we're going to keep alignment through the shoulder and the hip throughout the entire range of motion. We have two handles down here, so we're going to lower our body into position, keeping our head up, our toes pressed flat against the platform. At this point, simply cross your hands and drive up. When you're driving up, you want to make sure that your hips are coming forward, your glutes are contracting right to the top. Back down and drive. Again, make sure that you're keeping correct alignment through the shoulder and the hip. A couple of questions that we get asked fairly often. When is the best time to use the glute ham? Well, the answer is quite simple. First of all, it's a great exercise as a warm-up, especially when you're going into, let's say, a heavy squat or a heavy deadlift day. Great way to warm up the posterior chain. The other time we'll use it is when it's going to be used as an assistance exercise after, let's say, a deadlift or a heavy squat workout. Another common question is, what are some other ways that I can increase the amount of resistance once I get used to using my own body weight? Well, there's a couple of ways you can add. First of all, you can use your standard Olympic plate, simply holding it to your chest. Another great way to increase your resistance are use of resistance bands. You can also use kettlebells. Weighted vests are another great way to increase the amount of resistance for you. So that's our review of using the glute ham raise. It is one of the most effective posterior chain exercises you can do. Make sure you add it into your workout.